Welcome to IELTS Academic Speaking Podcast.
Hello everyone. Welcome to my first ever episode of IELTS Speaking Podcast. Today we will be answering some part 1 questions from IELTSonlinetests.com. It's a mock examination of 2022 and I will try and answer these questions in 3 different ways, and also I will be giving a vocab list in the end of the podcast.
Speaker 1. Question 1. What's your name?
My name is Hilal.
Question 2. Which town or city do you come from?
I come from a small city called Artvin in Turkey. It's in the northeast of Turkey.
Question 3. What's the best thing about living there?
Since it's a small city, it feels more like a big house full of people I know. I know most of the people I encountered during a typical day. I believe I can name every neighbor, and the feeling of familiarity is soothing and assuring for sure.
Question 4. How do you plan your time in a day?
I most certainly do not plan every detail of my day. If I have an important engagement for the day, I try to leave the rest as open as possible so that I do not worry about being late.
Question 5. Is it easy to manage time for you?
Time management isn't one of my best attributes, though I still manage to fit my time properly by prioritizing the most urgent matters. Surely I can say it's not always easy.
Question 6. When do you find it hard to allocate time?
I find it hard to allocate time for errands. Most of the things I have to do coincide with business hours. That is when I'm working. For instance, if I have a bank-related issue, I need to be excused from work. Hence, I might end up working overtime that same day. And this completely throws me off for a while during the week.
Question 7. Do you like being busy?
I do. I like being active. Still, I would not fancy being too busy to take care of myself and spend time with my loved ones.
Speaker 2. Question 1. What's your name?
My name is Hilal.
Question 2. Which town or city do you come from?
I am originally from Ankara, but I've been living in Antalya for a while now.
Question 3. What's the best thing about living there?
The weather is quite nice. I don't count myself as a winter person, so the warm climate of my city is a most appreciated feature.
Question 4. How do you plan your time in a day?
To be frank, I do not plan it at all. I don't have a routine. I work from home and most of my work has a due time. I procrastinate as much as possible and do the things the last minute.
Question 5. Is it easy to manage time for you?
As I mentioned, I do not stress over time management. When you have no worries about the certain things being handled in a certain time, it gets pretty easy to manage it.
Question 6. When do you find it hard to allocate time?
When I'm giving an urgent job, in that occasion, all the tasks I am busy with seem as important and I keep switching amongst all the tasks until I give in to the closest deadline.
Question 7. Do you like being busy?
I can't say I do. I like to work for a living, not live to work. I am like a sloth. I move when it's vitally necessary.
Speaker 3. Question 1. What's your name?
My name is Hilal.
Question 2. Which town or city do you come from?
I live in a big city called Istanbul.
Question 3. What's the best thing about living there?
I love how lively the city is. The sound of the streets lasts until late at night, and you can always find an open fast food restaurant if you're craving for some burgers after 11 p.m.
Question 4. How do you plan your time in a day?
I developed a system in which I prioritize my most urgent business and place it early in the morning. Then I rank the rest of my engagements according to their importance. By the end of the day, even if I can't manage to finish all of it, the indispensable ones are certainly dealt with.
Question 5. Is it easy to manage time for you?
Of course, it has its own hardship, especially when you run on a tight schedule like mine, but I have been good at keeping an agenda since I was a schoolgirl, so I imagine compared to the majority of people, I relatively am at ease in this matter.
Question 6. When do you find it hard to allocate time?
I mostly have difficulty to get round to my hobbies. I can hardly find time to think what my favorite leisure activities are.
Question 7. Do you like being busy?
I adore being busy. It's the most effective way of keeping my mind off things that bother me in my personal life.
Encounter.
Karşılaşmak, rastlaşmak.
Soothing.
Yatıştırıcı.
Assuring.
Güvenilir, güven veren.
Familiarity.
Aşinalık.
Engagement.
Sözleşme, yükümlülük.
Time management.
Zaman yönetimi.
Attribute.
Özellik, karakteristik.
Manage.
İdare etmek, başarmak.
Properly.
Düzgünce.
Prioritize.
Öncelik vermek.
Urgent.
Acil.
Allocate.
Pay etmek, tahsis etmek.
Errand.
Günlük işler.
Coincide with.
Denk gelmek.
Hence.
Dolayısıyla.
End up.
Sonuçlanmak.
Throw off.
Throw someone off, kafasını karıştırmak.
Fancy.
Beğenmek, sevmek.
Appreciated.
Makbule geçen.
Frank.
Dürüst.
Due time.
Son vakit, deadline.
Procrastinate.
Ağırdan almak, oyalanmak.
Switch.
Değiştirmek.
Sloth.
Tembel hayvan.
Vitally.
Hayati olarak.
Crave.
Hasret duymak, canı çok çekmek.
Rank.
Sıraya koymak.
Indispensable.
Zaruri.
Deal with.
Başa çıkmak.
Tight schedule.
Yoğun program.
Keep agenda.
Ajanda tutmak.
At ease.
İçi rahat.
Get round to.
Vakit ayırabilmek. That was the end of this episode. Thank you for listening. And to get more episodes like this one, please follow us on our socials and take care.
IELTS Academic Speaking Podcast.